Today's video has so much cool Mortal Kombat news. For the first time ever, we get to look at deleted content, including Liu Kang's original fatality, a missing stage never before seen, and so much more. But first, I promised if this video reached 3,000 likes, I would dye my hair. And I'll be honest, I didn't expect you guys to hit the goal, which is why it was 3,000 instead of 2,000, but guess what? You made it happen. Which means today, I had to dye my hair. I had the choice between purple, orange, and green. The purple was temporary, so I said no to that, and orange doesn't look that good with my blue lighting, so it looks like we're going green. I've never dyed my hair before, it's very embarrassing, so please leave a like down below for my suffering. I hope you're all proud of yourselves. You did this to me! Honestly, can you even tell that it's green? I hope so, because today's the first time in years where I'm going hatless for a full video. Normally I prefer the hat because I don't gotta worry about styling my hair. But because my hair is green today, in fact, wait a second. There we go. Hopefully now the green is more noticeable. Also rocking the Beetlejuice shirt, just in time for Halloween, right? It's the spooky season, the month of October, month of surprises. So today's video has tons of surprises as well. It's really cool. Fantastic news for Mortal Kombat, honestly, which is awesome. Because lately we only get bad news, but today I have some genuinely great stuff to talk about. Deleted Mortal Kombat content that's been missing for decades has finally been revealed. That's right, and it's really cool. Liu Kang's missing fatality from the very first game has finally been revealed, and guess what? It actually kills the opponent, unlike his cartwheel of doom. Also, Ed Boon appears in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, which is great and reminds me of the Stan Lee cameos in Marvel movies. But also, a new Mortal Kombat stage has been revealed too. That's right, never before seen until now. But will it ever become playable, possibly in the Legacy Collection? That would definitely be cool. Finally, classic games like Mortal Kombat 4 are getting a graphics update, along with Meat returning as a secret character and so much more. Yeah, today's video has so much awesome Mortal Kombat news to talk about, so without any further ado, let's begin. Alright, here we go. I wanted to begin with the missing Liu Kang fatality. Finally, we get to see it. It's on screen right now, and keep in mind that this was originally gonna be in the first Mortal Kombat game, but it just got cut. And thankfully now, with the Legacy Collection coming on October 30th, we're gonna get to see this fatality in its full glory. You're seeing it now too as well, obviously, but the Legacy Collection is gonna include this footage as well, along with like hours of unseen, never before footage, which is gonna be so cool. I've got no clue what lies in store for all of us. There could be some even more cool secrets in that footage that's gonna be talked about when that game finally drops. Real quick though, in the comments, let me know how you feel about this new Liu Kang fatality. I say new, but actually it was gonna be in the game originally. And it killed the opponent with a decapitating head kick. So let me know, would you have preferred this fatality or the one we got in the actual game, the cartwheel of doom as I call it? Because on the one hand, fatalities are supposed to kill the opponent, hence the name fatality. However, on the other hand, I kinda like how Liu Kang is the only character who doesn't kill the opponent, since he's meant to be the good guy. The guy's literally a celibate monk, right? A Shaolin warrior, so it makes sense that he wouldn't want to kill the opponent unless he absolutely has to. And as a result, his fatality does not actually kill the opponent. It's not even a fatality if you want to get technical, which is kinda neat, but maybe in the future, hopefully Liu Kang gets this spinning decapitation kick fatality in a later game. That would be so sick. But okay, next up, let's talk about Mortal Kombat's missing stage. Just like Liu Kang's fatality, it's been missing for decades despite originally being planned for the games, right? It's fully done, in my opinion. Looks really nice. I'll put it on screen right now. Look at this awesome underground cavern. I love the water in the background with the reflection of the stage. That's really cool for the 90s. Pixel arcade games didn't have stuff like this for the most part. So yeah, I think it looks really neat. And also, how many Mortal Kombat stages even had water in the classic era? I don't think any come to mind. You had the Deadpool stage, but that was acid, right? Not literally water. So yeah, I think this underground cavern stage might be the only one with actual water in the classic arcade era of Mortal Kombat, which is super neat. But let me know in the comments if I'm messing up and forgetting a stage, but I don't recall any that had actual water like this. And now's the part of the video where I wish I could say this stage was getting released in the Legacy Collection as well, but as of right now, there's no confirmation. It might not be there. I hopped on Twitter to see if Digital Eclipse is talking about this secret stage at all, but so far nothing. And that release date is quickly approaching, so it's very possible possible we're not gonna get this stage even in the Legacy Collection, and that would be such a shame. Maybe the best case scenario we can hope for is that the next Mortal Kombat game has a version of this stage. So for example, it's still an underground cavern with water in the background, but with modern graphics. In other words, a remaster of this stage that never got to be playable. Next up, real quick, let's talk about Ed Boon's cameo in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. It makes sense that he appears in this film because he was gushing about it so much on social media, which he didn't do for the previous movie. He said it was okay, but he wasn't gushing about it constantly. With Mortal Kombat 2, he absolutely has been singing this film's praises all the time. And now that we see his cameo in the movie, that's starting to make more sense, right? When you're in the movie, it's way easier to get excited and hyped about the film. For me personally as well, I love that Ed Boon's included in this movie. I think it's cute. He's the bartender, that's really cool. He's got some speaking lines. Like mentioned earlier at the start of this video, it reminds me of Stan Lee's cameos in the Marvel movies, rest in peace. Apparently, the Mortal Kombat 3 movie has already been confirmed and greenlit as well, which is wild because the MK2 movie's not even out yet, and in fact, we've got to wait until summer to even watch this thing, even though it was originally planned for this month. I'm still mad about that, but I digress. My point is, we're getting another Mortal Kombat movie, right? Mortal Kombat 3 is already greenlit, which means Ed Boon's likely getting another cameo in that film as well, which would be so much fun. I hope that Ed Boon gets to appear in every single movie. Along with John Tobias, why is he not in the movies? He definitely should be. He's the co-creator of Mortal Kombat as well. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Ed Boon's cameo. I personally think it's so adorable. Next up, let's talk about Mortal Kombat 4 in the Legacy Collection. Unfortunately, it's confirmed that we don't have MK Gold in this collection, at least not yet. Maybe at some point in the future it could be DLC, that would be very nice. But until then, the good news is that Mortal Kombat 4 is getting a big graphics update. That's right, look at this screenshot, it looks so crisp, which is awesome because this game, especially on home consoles, never really looked that good. The arcade versions looked better because they had more RAM and just better technology in general. But the home console versions of Mortal Kombat 4 never looked that good. Now they finally will in the Legacy Collection thanks to this graphics update. However, for any super old school fans who want that really bad looking graphics, that's still an option. You can flick it on and off with one button. So in other words, if you want the original look of Mortal Kombat 4 on home console, you can still have that. But then for everyone else, like myself, who prefers the graphics to look as nice and crisp as possible, Mortal Kombat 4 has updated graphics, which is fantastic. I'm very excited about that. But then speaking of Mortal Kombat 4, let's talk about Meat, because this guy was originally super hard to play in Mortal Kombat 4. That's right, Meat debuted in this game, and if you wanted to play as the Red Skeleton, here's what you had to do. Complete every challenge in group mode, which meant having to use every single character, so yeah, it took forever. And keep in mind, Meat's not actually a separate character, instead he uses the moves and abilities of whichever character you are playing when switching to him. So he's got no original moveset, it's just the appearance, right? And now thankfully in the Legacy Collection you can just select him. He's right there, which is fantastic. No longer do you have to jump through all of these hoops to just play as Meat's version of your character, right? The Red Skeleton boy. The developers had this goal from the beginning, not just for Mortal Kombat 4, but all the classic games included in the collection, right? If you want to do a secret battle against Reptile or Noob Saibot, you can just skip straight to it. No need to complete all the challenges and jump through all those hoops. You can just fight them right away, which is neat. And having the option to play as Meat right away is in that same line of thinking. No more hoop jumping, just get to what you want to right away. Enjoy the fun content without having to do all the errands, right? Which I absolutely think is so cool, and it gets me excited for a remaster of the 3D era, like Deadly Alliance for example, because in that game you had Blaze, who was a completely separate character, but unlocking him was super annoying. I think you had to beat the game with every character or something wild like that. Let me Google it real quick. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. So you had to complete all 218 missions in Conquest mode to play as Blaze, which of course was tedious, took a long time, a monumental task, and now finally with the remaster you could just play as Blaze right away, assuming that Digital Eclipse made that remaster as well, right? And I think they want to do that. So fingers crossed, am I right? I would so much love a remaster of the 3D era games in Mortal Kombat. And you know what? Real quick, because we're talking about Meat and also Ed Boon, I will never forget that Ed Boon teased Meat being in Mortal Kombat 1 as a cameo character. character. Yes, he did. Some people try to gaslight me on this. No. Ed Boon said true or false, Meat is a really good cameo character. That implies that Meat's a cameo character no matter what. The true or false aspect is just about whether his cameo is good, but by default, he should be in the game no matter what. And unfortunately, he wasn't. I think that Ed Boon did mistype that tweet, but still, I'm never gonna forget that Meat was implied to be in Mortal Kombat 1 and just never got to be, so he better be in the next game, Ed Boon. I know you're watching this video, you watch all my videos, I'm just kidding. Alright everyone, that's about it for today's Mortal Kombat news. Tons of cool stuff was discussed today, so hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below, it helps my channel out a ton. And if today's video gets 2,000 likes, I'll show the hair off in an upcoming video. No hat for that one either. That's right, you can make it happen. Show off that terrible hairline I got going. And alright, for anyone new to this channel, I'm trying to reach 500,000 subscribers before 2026, and we're so close, we're getting there. So please, if you enjoyed today's video, take a second and smash that red button and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time everyone, and as always, stay underdogs.